Thanks, Andrew, for those words, and evening, everybody. Yeah, what a couple of days for our club. I've got some notes here to go through, but it's hard to explain what those 17 guys and what that squad of 28 have done for all of us in the room. I think I'm going to start with the players. I didn't have it written that way, but in the end, the glow that we feel and all those different emotions that we feel are down to guys that decided to roll their sleeves up for us, to go out there on the field on Sunday night and get it done, no matter the cost, no matter the odds, no matter what was put in front of them. They decided to go when others would have stopped, and that's why we're sitting here tonight. Proud Roosters, and I want to say, I probably won't finish with it, but I'm going to start with you. I'm really proud of our players in this club, the way that they... You know, a lot of us get accolades around because of what these men do. The young men, we started the year by going and visiting what young men did in the past to give us the country that we live in today. And obviously very different as players, but we send these guys out to do our work. We tell them what to do. We ask them to do it, and then we send them out there and they just do it over and over and over again. And we ask them to do stuff that we wouldn't do or we wouldn't like to do, but they just say, I'm going to go and get it done. And it's hard for me to put into words how much I respect our group of players and how much trust we have in them by the actions that they show every day. And it was tough for us to put only 17 out on that field. We had much more than 17 that were ready to do the job on Sunday night. So my last little bit on the players, but I love you very much, and I thank you for all the effort that you've put into this season. Just to Nick and the board, thanks. I know there's a lot that I can say, but thank you for the trust and the support that goes into allowing us to run a team. You make us feel safe, and then you allow us to do our jobs. And yeah, it's so lucky. If you talk to people around in rugby league, well, we don't take it for granted, but you can sometimes when you've been in a place for a while. We're the luckiest club in the game, and I know a lot of businesses envious as well about the way that we work. I feel really fortunate to work for you guys. To our sponsors, for Steggles and all our sponsors, yeah, this is... I hope you... I want to thank you for investing in us, but I really want you to feel the glow that I was talking about before, that you're a part of the Roosters family. You're a part of our culture. If your company is associated with us, our culture, your culture bind together, and I want you to feel the pride, the way that we play the game, the respect that we play it with, but then also the courage, the integrity that we play it with. I hope that we represent you well, and we love having you on board, so thanks very much. Yeah, short summary of the season. It was a ride. I've talked about it openly quite a bit, but it's different. Like we weren't coming into this season, and I've said it before, I sort of walked into 14 as a young coach going, okay, we won it last year, so if we do the same thing again, we'll win it again. And we obviously got very close in that year, minor premiers, but fell short in the prelim. But with a bit of age and a bit of experience with us as staff, we gave up on all of that. We just decided not to think or to search for anything for 2018. That was done. We set about a new path, and yeah, we just created a new feeling, new adventures. There was differences obviously with the start of the year. We played slightly differently. We rotated players slightly differently, but we did 2019. We didn't repeat anything. And that culminated in some amazing footy at different parts. And the thing I like about the final series is that there's a lot of talk about who you play. And if you want to win again, and you want to create history, you want to play South, Melbourne, Canberra. We weren't looking for any leg ups. We weren't looking for any help. We had stayed on task. Our emotions stayed clear, and we took on the next opponent. So, yeah, it was a wonderful year to experience it. It's so rewarding. And then as I said, we don't go to work. We live our lives through our rugby league, and we really did that. So, yeah, what a year. I talked to our staff today. I'm not going to get everybody standing and talking, but they know how good a job they've done. I talked to a bit about it. We're very collective in our approach. We all discuss everything. We all have our opinions. And there's a lot of trust in the different departments about looking after their own, and we did that. We did that, and we don't do things conventionally. I can tell you that. We don't meet that often, but we meet all the time. At the same time, we don't have formal things. We just talk a lot. We live our life. We don't. There's phone calls at all different hours, and if you want to say something, you say something, and that's how we work. There's not long without a laugh in the office. We've got enough comedians and enough jokes, and to enjoy what we do. And we've had a consistent staff for a long period of time. So thanks. And I say that on behalf of the players, because I know the players in the middle of the field put that across on Sunday night, but we're the best. I've got the best staff. They're wonderful people, and they work extremely hard. So thank you very much. So before I finish on that, a few staff that's leaving. I really want to express my gratitude to Adam, who's off to the Knights. We talked about it the other night. He'll be standing on the other side of the coach's box, at least, in that in a week's time. But Adam came here to develop our game, to really push us forward in the attacking area. And hey, he did that. That's what we wanted. He's a good man, and he's going on to Newcastle and to instill a program that's his. So, Ads, thanks. Really appreciate it. And great year. Thank you. I want to thank Chris Vergelers. Where's Chris? Is he? Chris, is he here? There? Sorry, Chris. Chris is our sports scientist, and he is back to Melbourne. Okay, he's going back to go and live in Melbourne. Chris is shy and unassuming, and he's been with us for 3 years. Came from Port Adelaide. He's from Melbourne, and he's going home. He's not sure what's next, but he had a huge influence on our program, and I really want to thank Chris for his involvement. Thanks. To Etienne Dupree, our doctor, came across from the Waratahs and had 1 year, and he's going back to the Waratahs to take the lead medical role over there. And I said to him the other night, I'm glad he experienced the Roosters and what our club's about. So thank you very much, Etienne. Yeah, so look, there's sort of 3 people I really want to thank to finish off. One's Joe. Joe, our CEO. Between Nick, Joe and myself, with the balance is exceptional in our organisation. I really want to thank Joe for the way that we work together, the way that we balance our work in the office and create an environment that allows us to thrive. So thanks very much, Joe. Yeah, Nick, thanks. Leave it for some other time, but I think you guys know what Nick means to the club, so thanks very much. And Sandra, my partner, allows me to go home and creates an environment for me which is relaxed. And I don't know if I've said it before, but Sandra would be happy if I was a plumber in Toulouse. That's what her... that would be, but we lead a simple life, and it's, you know, it's a real balance for me. So with Sandra and the kids, it's the perfect environment for me. So thank you. All right, last one. This is for me and the players. Players obviously don't know about this, but I need to get two people that make this club tick up on the stage and thank them. They need to come up here and they need to get some applause about the way that they work. So Fitz and Trav, come on up here, please. These two won't like to speak. I'm not going to get them to speak, but I want them to be uncomfortable and stand here and have you guys look at these two guys. These are the guys that I lean on at work. Fitzy's been here, well, since 2000. He took his Roosters heart across to Hull for a couple of years, and then he's come back and been here ever since. He looks after the defence, and I think you saw a lot of Fitzy for you guys that obviously we've all watched Fitzy play. And that's, you know, the heart and soul and the ticker, but also the details, how hard this man works. That's what you see on the field. So he's a good mate, and we live our footy. And it's really important for a guy like me to have a guy like Fitz. Yeah, it's hard to explain how good. I think you guys all know from a distance, Fitzy's the most well-liked man in rugby league, or even though he played for the Roosters, everyone loves Fitz. But he's an exceptional man, an exceptional worker, and a lot of his DNA is in that jersey as a player, and just as much as it is now as a coach. So thanks, Fitz. And Trav's, he is the most uncomfortable up here, by the way, and the players would know that. Trav's our head of performance. He's been our physio since 2009. 2009 was his first year, and then after the 13th season, made him head of performance. If you think, it's hard, I'm going to get to Boyd's quote that he gave on the field. I don't think I've ever heard a player give as big a compliment to Trav, but the hard work that he puts in, the design of a program, and then the daily implementation of that program is Trav. No one trains harder than Trav. No one can train harder than Trav. If you walk in the gym at 6 in the morning, Trav started. He's in a lather of sweat, looks like he's just about to finish, and then about 7 he's still doing the same workout. No one trains harder than Trav. So for that, the players have ultimate respect. Ultimate respect. But then he tries to cover his smartness with the knockabout nature, but the man's intelligent, highly intelligent, and he puts that into our program. And the last bit I'm going to leave to Boyd, but when Trav runs on the field, Boyd said they trust him so much, they feel like he could hand a jersey to him and he'd want to stand next to Trav on the footy field. For Boyd Cordner to say that about somebody, that he would happily hand him a jersey, a Roosters jersey, and he'd stand next to him, that's how much he trusts him. That's how much the players admire and what they think about Trav. So hey, these two guys, there's a lot of others, but these two guys make this club tick. So, yeah, just a round of applause for them. That's us done for 2019. So for me, it's time to take a breath, have a break, and then we'll get started mid-November for 2020. But what a ride. Thank you.